Hey y'all, today I'm going to be sharing with you the best potato salad y'all ever make. This is a creamy, delicious potato salad that you can bring to Easter or any gathering this year. So first let's start off with our ingredients. We're going to need real mayo. You can use any brand. Yellow mustard. You're going to need some relish. You could use dill or sweet, but I'm using dill. Salt. Some pepper. Some paprika. And of course, there'll be some other recipe ingredients. You can find everything in the description, so go check that out. Here's a few other ingredients. We're going to use an onion and some celery. So I already have my potatoes boiling on the stove. I've used 3 potatoes, so you can check that recipe in my description. And I've also added in 2 boiled eggs in there. So whatever you have, I had 3 potatoes to use up, so I went ahead and used all 3. And I'm using 2 eggs, just going to boil them with the potatoes so that they're done at the same time. So you're going to want to boil your potatoes till they're tender and not mushy, but just tender enough to where you can make your potato salad. So I'm going to go ahead and let that boil on the stove, and while that's boiling, I'm going to do some chopping. So over here I have my celery. I had a whole thing of celery to use up. Some of it wasn't very good and some of it was all right, so I pulled off the pieces that were still good. I have a big bowl there behind me. I'm going to go ahead and chop everything up and put it into my bowl. So with your onion, you're going to use half an onion or a small onion. So I'm using a smaller onion. I'm adding a little bit more than the recipe to mine because I'm using up ingredients that I have in my refrigerator. So I just want to go ahead and use up all of this celery. It's actually not very much, but I'm going to go ahead and chop it. I just roughly chop. I don't know how to chop the best, I think. So what I do is I just kind of roughly chop them like this. As you can see, the pieces are a little bit bigger, but then I go in and I keep chopping and chopping till my celery gets quite fine. And I do the same thing with my onions. I've just never been real great at chopping real fine or thin. I almost always seem to cut my finger or something like that. So that's just me. But if you can, go ahead and finely chop your celery and your onion into small little diced pieces. You want them kind of small. This is going to create a really nice crunch in your salad. So make sure that your celery is crunchy and not like, floppy like some of the pieces that were still left on my celery. So I got the most crunchy pieces I could from my celery bunch, and I'm chopping those up here. And so go ahead and do that for now while the potatoes are boiling in the back. I love this recipe because it is just so good. It's like my go-to potato recipe. I take this to all kinds of gatherings, especially around Easter. I really like to make this potato salad for Easter, and in the summer to go along with sandwiches and things like that we might have. I like to have it in the fridge and ready to go. Like if we put a sandwich together, then we can have some potato salad on the side. So everyone seems to really like this salad, so I really recommend it. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you to my channel. I want to welcome you to subscribe. I put out lots of different recipes that I find useful, that have been tried and true for me. And I share a journey around my homesteading and just everyday life and things that I share here on this channel. So check my channel out. And if you like it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you. So yeah, do y'all have a go-to potato or potato salad recipe that you like? I have another one that I do as well that is a little bit more mustard heavy, but right now I'm doing my go-to potato salad. This is the one that most people love, and I have taken it, like I said, to lots of potlucks and things like that, and it always gets eaten up. My whole bowl is gone by the time I leave there. So I definitely recommend this salad. The heavy on the mustard one is my favorite one. I just like a little bit more of that tangy flavor. But both of the recipes are good. If you'd like me to make the mustard recipe, mustard heavy potato salad recipe, comment down below and let me know, and I will go ahead and film that for you. So now I'm going to get started with my onion. So we're going to just chop the onion again finely, but this is as fine as I can do it. But I go ahead and keep chopping it after until it gets quite fine, because I don't like to have the big old pieces in my salad. But if you like bigger pieces, do it however you like. Either way, it's going to create a crunch in your salad that it'll be really pleasant. So definitely don't skimp out and leave out anything like the onions or celery. Everything is needed to also create the flavor. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Put everything here to the side and then just slowly begin to chop more and more over time. I just kind of like leave it there and then start chopping a little bit more. So with my potatoes, I had 3 potatoes that I had from, I think they were like a baked potato sort of bag. So they were quite big. But like I said, I'm just using up everything that I have. I think they were already even starting to grow like a little bit like onto them, if that ever has happened to you, that the potatoes grow. So I peeled that off and I cubed them and put them into my pot. So that's what they look like now that they're cooked. They've been boiling on the pot, I don't know, for a while now. And so you want them tender enough to where your fork will poke through them, but not mushy where they're just falling apart. So go ahead and test them. My potatoes are being shy and just kind of moving around, but as you can see, the fork goes right through them, so they are ready to go. So I like to drain out the hot liquid, and then I like to just drain and clean them off with some cold water. So go ahead and do that. Rinse your potatoes off with cold water, because when you put your salad together, you want your potatoes to be cooled off. Okay, so here is my celery and my onion. It's all chopped up, and I'm going to continue, like I say, throughout this time to kind of chop it up even more and more, but that's what it looks like right now. And here are the ingredients that I showed you earlier. Everything here is mixed in the bowl together. So you're going to put all of the ingredients in, check the recipe for the actual measurements, and mix it together. This is going to make a tangy dressing, and it's going to be, you know, what makes the potato salad so amazing. So go ahead and mix those together. Your mayo, your mustard, your relish, your paprika, your pepper, salt to taste. And so taste the potato salad, you know, before you serve it, or you can even taste this dressing and see how it is. If it needs more salt, if it needs more pepper, go ahead and adjust it to what you prefer. Okay, so that's all it is. We don't need to overmix it. That's all we got to do. And now we can go ahead and put in our celery and our onion and mix it together with our tangy dressing. And so you're just going to mix it like so in the bowl. And so I'm just using this one big bowl, so I'm not really creating much of a mess as I go or anything like that, which I like about this salad as well. You can just put everything in the bowl in these different steps and it'll get done. So the last thing I'm going to do is peel my boiled eggs. I've already peeled them, and that's what they look like. You're going to go ahead and roughly chop those up to where they're diced nicely. And I like the egg. It gives it a traditional potato salad taste, and my family really likes it. So go ahead and put your egg in there. If for some reason you don't like boiled egg, or you don't like egg, or it's an allergy or something, you can leave that out and make the salad without the egg as well. You don't need to do anything but just leave the egg out. Everything else stays the same. So now I'm putting in my diced potatoes, and you're just going to kind of fold them in to your tangy dressing that's got everything else that we talked about in there. Just kind of fold it in and fold it in until everything gets covered by the potato salad dressing. So you want to make sure that all of your potatoes is, you know, coated. And as you're doing this, some of your potatoes might be a little bit mushier than others, and they might not stay totally diced. I prefer that actually, where there's some that are like a little bit more like mashed potatoes, and then some are a little bit like more like diced, whatever you like. So mine are just kind of boiled to where, like I say, they're tender, but they're not like mushy and falling apart totally. So that's what it begins to look like. It is so good, y'all. This potato salad goes with so many different things. You can pair this with barbecue, anything that you want. So this is what it looks like. It's all done. The only thing left is to chill this in the refrigerator. You're going to chill it in the refrigerator for about 2 hours, and then it's ready to eat. So that's all there is to my best potato salad ever. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks again, and I'll catch you on our next video.